Hi, thank you for joining me. This is for use during the MBSR, mindfulness-based stress reduction, but it also is a laying down yoga series that can be done at any time. So I am going to lay down on the floor and talk us through. During this, you don't have to be able to see me. I will physically be doing these poses as well, but you can rely on my words as guidance. And if you need to look up at the screen for a little checkpoint to make sure all is well, you are more than welcome to do that. So let's begin by laying down on our backs. We'll lay down flat, legs extended. If that's not accessible for you, you can simply bend your knees and flatten your feet to the ground. And the arms will be down by your side with the palms facing straight up. I'll invite you to close the eyes and notice the weight of your body against the ground. Also begin to notice the breath in and the breath out. As you breathe in and breathe out, the exhale may be a reminder or a bit of encouragement to soften. So can you let go of any unnecessary tension in between the eyes? Unhinging the jaw. When I lay down, often my chin is lifted a little bit higher than normal, so I'm going to lift up my head and just tuck my chin slightly. And that tends to soften the area of the throat and the neck, and also softens here the shoulders, so ease the skin of the shoulders. Remembering to continue the conscious breaths in and out here to fill this body with breath. Let the arms begin to lift up and extend the arms over your head. And then reach the arms, the fingertips up toward the ceiling, and let the arms come down by your sides. Do that again. Raise the arms up, fingertips up toward the ceiling, and then let the arms go back to frame the head. And then reach both arms up again and let them come down by your side. Let's do that one more time. The arms reach up, they come back to frame the head, and then pause and keep them there. Giving yourself a full body stretch, reaching through the fingertips and the toes. Maybe you even take a breath in and a long breath out, and keep the arms where they are, framing the head and the legs extended. And then bend the knees, flatten the feet to the ground. You might have to lift and lengthen the tailbone slightly. And then slowly bring the right arm out to the side, not down by your side, but out to the side, and then the left arm out to the side, as if making a letter T with the arms. Walk the feet a little wider than the hips, and very gently, without a full range of motion, just let the knees kind of windshield wiper to the right and left. So just keep moving the knees like this. This practice of yoga in MBSR is to awaken to the sensations, to bring movement into the body. And so if you have a yoga practice or any sort of physical practice that maybe you, on an intensity level, go at it like a 10 or something, or even an 8, let's dial this down to just a 5. to just feel these sensations, to be cautious with the body and careful. So now let both knees come over to the right, and then maybe lift the head and let the left ear come down to the ground. Making sure that there is no strain in the knees, no strain anywhere in the body. Bringing the head up to center, the knees to center, and pause. Pause to notice. Letting the knees now go over to the left, and then lift the head up and turn the head to the right. Again, noticing sensations in the body. Stretch, openness, tightness, it's all here. Returning back to center. And then pausing, maybe taking the hands to the stomach or the arms down by your side. The knees still bent, and an invitation to once again close the eyes. To notice as you breathe in and breathe out how this body feels. Maybe even to ask, how are you? Draw now the right knee into the chest and extend the leg up. I'm going to keep my left knee bent, but you're more than welcome to straighten your left leg down to the ground. The hands come back behind the right leg. You don't have to straighten the right leg. And just make sure the hands are not behind the knee. And just gently draw that right leg enough to give tiniest bit of sensation, and then circle the ankle clockwise, counterclockwise. Notice if any tension came back up into the shoulders, and relax the shoulders. Bring stillness to the right leg, that right ankle, and then redraw the right knee into the chest. Maybe even bring the forehead up to the knee. Flatten the right foot to the floor, or extend the right leg all the way down, and then lift the left leg up. Careful to not strain. Hands come behind the left leg. Just give that left leg a stretch in toward the chest. And then circle the ankle clockwise and counterclockwise. Noticing breath in and breath out. Bend the left knee in and bring the forehead up toward the knee. Flatten the left foot to the ground, arms either down by your side or hands again on the belly where you pause. Just check in with this body. These moments to pause and check in become an opportunity to remind ourselves, even during our day when we're not in a formal yoga practice, that we can stop and check in with this body, see how it's doing. All right, arms down by your side. This time the palms flatten to the ground. Step the feet in a little bit closer to the glute muscles. And then again, with not much, actually no force at all, you're just gonna lift the glute muscles up and then lower them back down so the back comes down flat. So you're pressing your feet into the earth, lift the glute muscles up, feel that stretch, and then lower it down. If this pace is too fast, please go a little slower. Lifting up and lowering down. Do 3 more. Up and down. Again, to lift up and down. And 1 more, up. This time, reach the arms up and stretch them behind the back. If it's too much, lower the sit bones down. Give yourself a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower the back, sweep the arms in, hands come to the shins. Maybe you bring the forehead up. And then lower the feet, arms down by your side or hands to the belly where you take a breath in and a breath out, and notice. You can roll up now through seated. We're going to come to hands and knees, or I'm going to go to my right side to make that transition, and then move to hands and knees. So from hands and knees here, you'll have the shoulders over your wrists and your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers and then release the belly and the rib cage, tilt the heart up, and then round the spine. You might even coordinate your breath with this as you release the belly and the rib cage and tilt the heart up, and then round the spine. Let's do 2 more just like that. Release the belly and the rib cage, tilt the heart up. Round the spine. And then 1 more, just like that. Coming now to neutral. From this neutral position, just notice the sensations in the body. Feel the breath. And extend the right arm up. So my right arm is right by my right ear. Just notice the belly engaged, the different sensations, and then bring the right hand down. And then lift the left arm up by the ear, extending it forward, and bring the left hand down. Now lift the left leg back behind you. And then bring the left knee down. Extend the right leg back behind you. And bring the right knee down. And pause. Now you can do the same thing again with arm and leg, or you can do the right arm and the left leg. So here's the option. Lift the right arm, and maybe it's simply the right arm, or you also lift the left leg. This is a choice. Pause, and then bring down what was lifted. And now lift the left arm. And maybe you also lift the right leg, but you don't have to. And then bring down what was lifted. Now lift the left leg. And maybe you stay with simply the left leg lifted, or you also add the right arm. Bringing down what was lifted, and now lift the right leg. And maybe also the left arm. And then bring down what was lifted, and you have a choice. You can widen the knees, extend the arms to child's pose. That brings your forehead down, or come to a comfortable seated position for just a moment. In child's pose or seated, take a full breath in and a long breath out. Focus on the sensations in the body. Many times with this movement practice, judgments come in. Stories we tell ourselves, how things should be, how they used to be, how we want them to be, compare ourselves. Come into the sensations, much like that of the body scan, right? This, how is it for you in your body right now? And from where you are, take another breath in and a breath out. And if you are in child's pose, come back to hands and knees, and for a moment to seated. We are going to now lay on the right side of our body. So the right arm's extended out, my ear laying on the arm, and the legs straight out. I'm going to have my left fingertips down in front of me to support me, and simply lift the left leg up and bring the left leg down. So now we're just bringing awareness here into this left leg, feeling both the outer and the inner, whatever sensations are happening. Just lifting and lowering. Again, if this pace feels too fast, slow it down. But notice I haven't said if it feels too slow, speed it up. I want you to really notice the sensations. And now make just tiny circles. Forward, up, back, down. Just to notice. And then lay that left leg on top of the right and pause. So you can roll right over onto your back and onto the left side. I'm just going to flip my body over and stay facing the screen. You're more than welcome to do that as well. So now my left arm's extended. I have my left ear down, my right fingertips, and I'm going to lift the right leg and lower it. Lift and lower. Just noticing all these sensations on the right side, whatever there is to feel. And then make circles, and you know it will likely feel different depending on how the body is in this moment. One more circle. And then pause. Again, to notice what's here. Come back to a seated position. Stretch both arms up. And then bring the right fingertips down and stretch the left side body over. Come up and over, left hand down, right arm stretches. One more time, side to side. And then hands can rest in the lap, drop the chin to the chest. Slow pendulum motion, right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Now stay with this pendulum motion or full neck circles, slowly remembering that this is about the noticing here of sensations. The awakening in the body. You can take that circle if you're doing that in another direction. And then returning to stillness. Re-extend the arms up. And just a gentle twist, left hand to right knee, right hand back behind you. Pause. Give it a breath in. And a breath out. Back to center, arms up. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Where you take a breath in. And a breath out. Come back up to center. Extend both legs out in front of you. Just a gentle fold over the legs. Rolling back up to seated, where you pause. Notice the sensations that are here right now. Thank you so much for joining me for that short series of laying down yoga. Be well.